Excuse me. Welcome to the video here. I'm going to be going over why I choose these feat paths. This sort of feat talent build. Also, I want you to kind of see how it works first before I explain and go over the feats. But if you just want to, it's like if you just want to see them and figure it out later, here it is. But I'll tell you how it works in a minute. So we're going to be using like our two best moves are going to be Conduit of Ice and Icy Terrain. We're going to be keeping those up pretty much always throughout the fight. Because the more that my opponents have chill, or the more that my opponents get frozen, it's going to just have bonus damage throughout the fight. This is going to be a long fight, so why don't I go over the feats now, actually. So, what we have here, whenever my opponent drops below 30%, 35% max health, I deal 5% bonus damage, which is going to be perfect for every fight, especially considering that my powers, my abilities damage is 5 of my abilities are AoE, and they attack more than one target, so that's really helpful. Whenever I kill a foe, I gain 5% more damage, and it lasts 15 seconds, which is really, really nice. So I'm going to be trying to kill off the lowest health guy, first. Now we have Elemental Reinforcement. Whenever I cast a specifically as a control spellstorm wizard, mage, whatever, I'm using arcane, cold, and lightning powers. I don't have any fire powers, that's just how it works. So this says that anytime that I cast a arcane power, I get 5% bonus damage. Anytime I cast a cold, I'll have 10%, and anytime I cast a lightning, it'll now give me 15%. So each different element gives me 5% bonus damage, which is great because my talent build, my ability build, happens to have 1 cold, 1 arcane, and 1 lightning. So that'll be beautiful. It's going to be easy to keep that up. Now, spell twisting is really cool. Okay, whenever I cast an encounter and then I shoot an at will, I gain 10% cooldown reduction. And you can do that up to 3 times. So I could cast 1 encounter, 2 encounter, 3 encounters, and then shoot an at will, and it will reduce my cooldowns by 30%. So you could do this where you shoot 1 encounter and then 1 at will, and it'll reduce your cooldowns by 10% every time. But I kind of prefer to do 3 encounters at once, and then shoot my at wills, and then everything's reduced by 30%. So this is really amazing. So anytime that you shoot 1 to 3 encounter powers and then attack with an at will right after, that'll make your cooldowns super effective, alright, and super low, which is perfect. And then we have Frozen Power Transfer. Chilling Cloud, whenever I hit a target with its 3rd strike, I gain 5% bonus damage up to 15% total, 3 stacks. So Chilling Cloud, whenever I shoot my 3rd attack with it, it gives me 5% bonus damage, which is going to be beautiful. And then also this one has a chance to give bonus damage whenever I attack, pretty much, which is pretty cool. And it's really strong too. It's unresistible. But it's just a chance. Now we have Bitter Cold. Targets take 5% more damage for 6 seconds after being affected by chill. So that's great because I have Icy Terrain and Conduit of Ice, which makes my, I chill, and my Sudden Storm also puts stacks of chill. So my opponents will constantly be taking 5% bonus damage for 6 seconds every time I use a chill encounter or at will. And this one's really, I think this one's really strong. Sudden Storm applies 5 stacks of chill to any target hit by the 1st strike. So if you see 1, 2, 3, so any target hit by that 1st strike, take 5 stacks of chill, which is great. That's just very strong. You can use this perfectly if someone just gets frozen and their frozen drops off. You can use Sudden Storm to pretty much put them back at 5 stacks immediately, which is really strong. And this one says any foe who has been frozen takes 10% more damage from all sources, which, as you can see soon after this, that's what's going to be happening throughout the fight the whole time. The only other talent I really think is also strong is Reaper's Touch, because you're going to see that I will be within 20 feet of my opponent pretty much the whole fight. So, but when it comes down to it, really, I'm going to have the same amount of damage going out here with Frozen. With this, Frigid wins because my opponents are going to get frozen so often. I will always have 10% bonus damage. Even though I will always have 10% bonus damage also. Just fighting within 10 or 20 feet of my target. But, yeah, I don't know. I chose this one. I think it's, you know, boss fights. I'm not always going to be on top of my opponent. So, but I will always be, you know, putting out those 6 stacks of chill. So, okay, let's move into, I could show you these really quickly. Sure, why not? Let's go over that after I go over my abilities, though. So my 2 class features are Arcane Presence and Chilling Presence. Chilling Presence increases the damage I deal to the target by 1% each stack of chill. So getting 6 stacks of chill on my opponent is going to happen quite often. So I will constantly have 6% bonus damage because of this class feature. Also, Arcane Mastery now increases the damage of my cold, fire, and lightning-based attacks by 1%. Also, Arcane Presence passively grants 5% recharge speed. So just because of that recharge speed is really strong, but the more stacks of Arcane Mastery increases the damage of my cold, obviously my arcane damage, because it's more stacks of Arcane Mastery, and my lightning damage. So this presence, this class feature is really strong because of that. And of course, every stack of my Arcane Mastery will increase my arcane damage, which, you know, I'm sure. Okay. Now, my Chilling Cloud, so every 3rd strike of my Chilling Cloud gives me 5% bonus damage. And also strikes in an AoE. It applies chill on the 3rd strike. I mean, it's very strong. It increases my damage everywhere whenever I use that. And then Magic Missile. My 3rd strike gives me 1 stack of Arcane Mastery. So this is kind of perfect for when your opponent is getting under 35% health to keep your Arcane Masteries, your Arcane stacks, at 5%. And also our single target nuke is Disintegrate. So that combines and works really well together towards the, you know, near death of the fight. Also, we have Maelstrom of Chaos. This one's great because it refreshes Arcane Mastery and chill stacks, which is beautiful, and it kind of is a good control feature. So that's all around great. Also, Ice Knife makes them prone and adds 3 stacks of chill, and it's cold damage. So that's really, really strong too for, you know, our build is pretty much affected by it. So let's get into a fight here. I'm always going to start out... Oh, before I start... Alright, whatever. The fight has started. I'm going to out 3 encounters and then shoot 1 at will, and it's going to reduce all my cooldowns. I'm going to shoot 1 encounter, 2 encounter, right? 3 encounter, and then I'm going to shoot at least 1 at will. I can't get the 3rd one out. So I'm just going to keep doing this 2 encounters, 3 encounters, and I'll shoot 1 at will, and all my cooldowns pretty much get reduced. And I'll just shoot 1 encounter, 2 encounter, 3 encounter, and I'll shoot 1 at will just for the sake of this is a really tough fight to stay in one spot at one time. 2, 3. We're going to shoot 4 out this time. Wow, check that out. 2. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. There we go. That 3rd strike of Chilling Cloud will be some nice damage. And I'll shoot my at wills here. I think I can. Yeah, I just got 3 out. That was perfect. Took a little bit of damage for that, but 2 encounters. Let's see, 3 encounters. Shoot 1 at will at least. That just got my cooldowns refreshed. And 2 encounters, 3 encounter powers. I'm going to try right now, do some more of this. There we go. That was my 3rd strike of Chilling Cloud. So I should have, yep, 3 stacks of cold. You can see it on the side there. 2 encounter powers, 3 encounter powers. There we go. And 1 encounter power, 2 encounter power, 3 encounter power. We're at the close of a fight here, so we're going to increase my disintegrate damage. Keep up my 3 stacks of... Wow, this is a really nice fight. And boom, so you can see I have 3 stacks of frozen power transfer. My Chilling Cloud did well. My Arcane Mastery's at 5% stacks. I killed somebody, I have bonus damage. Was all my elemental. So now I'm going to go into, okay, what should we put as our spell mastery? What should we put as tab? So if you're new to this specific build, you're trying out exactly what I'm doing here. It's your first time. Okay, I will recommend using your Icy Terrain as tab, because when you do that, it says right here at the bottom, okay, Spell Mastery can now cast at target location. So that's really nice for if you're new to it. You set up in the distance, right? You're gonna cast Icy Terrain over there, and then you're gonna run into the fight over there. But as you get better and better at using Icy Terrain, because Icy Terrain normally you think of Icy Terrain as that doesn't have that much damage, I'm not gonna use it, but it does stack it does stack Chill. Chill does stack really, really quickly on my opponents who stand on top of Icy Terrain. So the more that you use it and get better at it, okay, you're going to be able to apply it under you and fight around that sort of area, the Icy Terrain that you just created. So that's my only recommendation or tip for new players trying this specific build out. But you always want to put, at the end of the day, once you finish getting used to this, you want to put Conduit of Ice as your spell mastery, because any person hit, okay, you always want to try and cast Conduit of Ice on the strongest opponent, because that swirling ball of icy damage will add chill stacks to anybody if you have it on the spell mastery, if you have it on tab. So when you have it on tab, spell mastery says now adds a chill effect to targets hit by Conduit of Ice and increases the size area of affected by 5 feet, 5 meters, whatever. So that's seriously strong. Okay, I was hoping to show you another fight here, but I did show you everything in that first fight, and that's really it. I can go over these really quick, the other feats here, and we'll end the video right there. So my other feats, anyone who is controlled, when I use the power on them, I gain 10% additional action point, which is perfect because everyone's going to be chilled and frozen. I mean, you saw that whole fight. People were frozen and chilled pretty much that whole fight, right? Now we can increase my critical chance by 3%. I feel like you have 3 great choices here. If we look at this specific powers and builds that I'm using, okay, I have 5 out of 8 damaging abilities. 5 of them deal AoE, area of effect damage, my area of effect. So Focus Wizardry isn't going to be that great, considering I have only 3 abilities out of all 8 that are single target. So I can increase my single target damage by 30% and reduce my AoE damage by 10% with this power. So that doesn't seem too great because I have 5 abilities that are hitting more than one target. And only 3 abilities that are only hitting one target. So this would make my single target damage stronger and my area of effect damage not as strong. So I don't like that. Now also my Arcane Enhancement, super strong, right? However, only 2 of my abilities, 2 out of 8, deal arcane damage. My Disintegrate and my Magic Missile. So that's why I chose, okay, Wizard's Wrath and Blighting Power.
Mitch!
Yeah!
I'm back.
Great! Because Wizard's Wrath, my area of effect powers, which I just went over, I have 5 of those, have bonus 3% damage. And this one, of course, my cold powers deal 6% bonus damage to my targets affected by chill, which I do have 4 cold powers. Cold damage, cold damage, cold damage, cold damage. So that's kind of specific why I chose that. Prestidigitation increases my stats and my ally stats by 3%. Well, I kind of feel like I'm gonna have bonus damage when when we just saw the feats that I chose. Having 6% less threat isn't gonna do anything. Because of my feat in spell twisting, I don't really need to have my encounter powers reduced, my encounter cooldowns reduced. But you could do this. This is definitely strong. This is the one that's up to you, pretty much. And then of course my last one here increases the damage that intelligence gives me by 5%. So it might come down to it that, you know, having 10% cooldowns is going to be stronger than 5% of my intelligence. You know, you'll have to mess with it, but for me right now, for what I chose, this is an extremely strong build. I'm always gaining action points. That 3% crit chance, I feel like I can't get that anywhere else. Because even if I buy recovery items and I have recovery feats, okay, let's say I have 5 recovery items and I have this feat in recovery, you can always buy more recovery, I feel like. And I feel like I'm not going to be getting as many items with crit chance. So it's like, what do you not have is kind of what I chose here. Well, I don't really have that much crit because most of my items are, I mean, I do have items with crit on it, but most of my items are predominantly for recovery. I don't know. It's up to you. So these feats I don't really have to go over this, but I did want to show you why I chose these ones. Specifically to help you, you know, and whenever I kill an opponent, I get 10% more stamina. I restore 10% stamina, you know, that doesn't really increase my damage. So that's pretty much what I went over here. Alright, hope everybody liked this. I can do one more fight just for the heck of it, but it's not gonna be as fun or long as that last one. So start out with Conduit of Ice, right? Get on my Icy Terrain quick. I can do Sudden Storm, and I just need to shoot 1 at will, and my cooldowns are reduced again. And I can perfectly do at least 3, shoot out 1 at will, and now I have 2 cooldowns, and just my 3rd. After I finish shooting out my 2nd cooldown, my 3rd cooldown just came up. So it's my 3rd cooldown. I'll shoot 2, 3. I shoot once. I can just go into rotation of my encounters now. And there's my 3rd one. So you don't always have to shoot out 3 shots of your at will, because by the time that I shoot out just 1 shot of my at will, my other cooldown is going to refresh. Okay, but it will make you stronger if you don't have to move around and be so mobile in a fight. Just shooting 1 encounter will be good, but you really do want to make sure that you get out all 3 strikes of Chilling Cloud early. So in a fight where you don't have to be so mobile, getting those stacks of Chilling Cloud out early is going to make you the strongest. And I'll just try and show another fight for fun. Let's talk to these guys, huh? Right, Conduit of Ice, Icy Terrain, Disintegrate, shoot 1 at will, Sudden Storm, Conduit of Ice, Disintegrate. So, just like what I was saying, you can get out your rotation really quickly just by shooting 1 at will. But in a longer fight, try to do your Chilling Cloud 3 stacks. Just like that. As much as possible. 2, 3 encounter powers. I shoot out 1 at will. Get out my 1 encounter power, 2 encounter each. 2 encounter powers, I got them out. 3 encounter powers. Shoot 1 at will. So yeah, it's the reason why I choose this also is because the longer that I'm in the fight, the more that my damage increases. So that's specifically, you know, boss fights. That's what I'm thinking about. A boss fight. You're going to be in a boss fight for a long time. You're going to be able to get up, you know, definitely get Chilling Cloud to stack 3 times. You're going to get Arcane Mastery to stack up to 5 times. You're going to constantly be shooting out 1 Arcane, 1 Cold, 1 Lightning power. Your opponent at one point will always go under 35%. You know how you're always affecting and fighting against targets that have chill on them. You are always using Sudden Storm, so having 5 stacks of chill immediately hit to the primary target It's always going to happen. And your opponents are always going to be frozen. So that's really why I have this specific talent build. Alright, that's about it. Hope you guys liked the video. Yeah, much shorter. 20 minutes? Are you kidding me? Whatever. Alright. Hope you have fun with this. Hope if you try it, you like it. If not, just make comments. Say what's up. Tell me your, maybe you use different powers, and you still have the same feats, but you're using different powers. Maybe it works in other ways, and I just don't know about it yet. So, if you have anything like that, you mess with it a little bit, put that in the comments. I would love to read and see different ways, different encounters that will, and different, even if you could do different at wills, what would it be? Considering that Disintegrate is on such a low cooldown, you don't need to have magic missiles. So yeah. Considering that Disintegrate has such low cooldown, you don't need magic missile to really get Arcane Mastery stacks. You could just get 5 stacks of Arcane Mastery with Disintegrate because the cooldown is so okay. You get it. Alright, good luck. See you guys later.